We had a African-American employee that was working on a client site in the state of Oregon. His name is Norbert Donnell, and he had what I would consider a hate crime happen to him in a golf cart that he drove around the project site. Somebody hung a noose from it made out of rope, which was horrific in a variety of ways. I spoke to Norbert that he was willing to share his story, because I think that sharing and talking about this kind of thing is critical in terms of moving on to the next step. And I think that we have a culture in this country that tends to bury these things under the carpet because it's hard for someone like Norbert to come forward and be courageous enough to share that story. And I think that happens much more than we know about.
Say that it was a excellent opportunity to expose some things that that needed to be exposed, but also to hopefully open up the dialogue with people who don't look like me, to I guess you would say recognize that differences in our outer shells that we possess has no bearing on the content of the person that is in that shell. And if they took the time to get to know me as a person, they would understand the value and the love that I actually have to share. It made me realize that the world is still imperfect, and it's been that way from the beginning. So what it tends to do is create an awareness and kind of opens your eyes to those who can make those type of decisions, and you wonder why, because it doesn't really change anything. It creates a bump in the road, but people were able to stand up and say, no, that's just ridiculous, and it's just no place here for those type of things to take place. So it made me feel good that the colleagues that I work with here were able to step up and speak out against it.
The first step is to create this community that feels their willingness to share. The next step is to take something action and do something about it. So I'm hoping that this new We Are Day of diversity and inclusion is another step where we can learn and listen. Learning from each other is one more way to make a community more of a family.
It's a time of reflection, a time in which we can recognize and learn the contributions of the Black contributors, be it in the form of inventors or entrepreneurs or scientists. And they have helped shape my life because it also gives me a goal to shoot for or role models to look up to.